Hey guys, hope you're having an amazing day. So I highly recommend paying attention to this video because it could probably be the thing that changes your current state, especially if you care about anything related to financial freedom and business success. I recommend to actually, pay attention, okay? Turn off your phone, turn off all the distractions, close your doors, put on the AC, okay? Make sure you're fresh. But no, I'm joking. But check this out. I have these screenshots. When I get into it, it will make sense, right? But someone the other day asked me, actually sent me this message, right? Yo, brother, was wondering, what was the biggest factor you think that led you to scaling so fast, okay? For those who don't know, Client Acquisition.io was actually founded last summer, July 7th, okay? And 15 days later, 20 days later, we launched the service, right? The Done For You $500,000 Systems Implementation Program, okay? And in less than 10 months, we essentially took it from zero to over $2 million in annual run rate, okay? Now, this in other industries may seem like actually a bad growth, right? But for the size of the team, for the industry that we're in, right? I think we had, for most of the 10 months, we had like 5 employees, okay? And, we were able to scale it to almost multiple 6 figures a month, right? My answer when he asked me, hey, what was the thing that actually, what was the biggest factor? This was my answer, okay? Let me read it to you. My answer was, I always built infrastructure for my next level, okay? I've never relied on my current level to know what the next steps are, okay? I observe the infrastructure of the person ahead of me and I implement, okay? I don't ask questions. I don't think about it twice. I don't ask my family what their opinions are, my friends, or even my peers, right? If you look at my socials, I actually don't like following the people in my industry because most of them have probably given up on scaling and actually having an impact in society, right? So I don't even want their mindset or their perspective or their worldview to impact my mind, okay? And when I find the infrastructure that is needed, I implement and boom, right? My first 10K a month, my first 5-figure month was last year, January 2021, and 17 months later, we did over $187,000 in less than 30 days, and with good profit margins, right? I think that for me, out of this 187K, I think we did I did 130K in profit, okay? Which is pretty crazy, considering the fact that 10 months before I started Client Acquisition.io, I was making 30K a year, okay? Now, when I sent him this answer, it made me think of a great idea, okay? Which I personally believe can allow us to help hundreds of agencies, coaches, and consultants literally double their current monthly revenue in less than 60 days for free, okay? Let me add it. For free, okay? Hear me out. And this is for anyone. Maybe you might be an e-commerce agency, you might be an appointment setting agency, you might be a local business, helping cosmetic businesses. Maybe you're selling high ticket offers. You have a program, a consulting or coaching program. If you want to double your current MRR or monthly revenue in 60 days or less, please keep watching, okay? Hear me out. Right now, the biggest obstacle you have is likely one or probably all 3 things, right? The first one could be you don't know what you need to do to get more clients. That's one. Second thing could be you don't have the infrastructure to support the success that you're actually wishing for, okay? The reason why this is important, it is an important obstacle to actually pay attention to, is because when we did 100, let's say 180K, right, in a month, the month before we had only done a 90 grand, more or less, okay? Now the thing is, if you don't have an amazing backend, you cannot add 100 grand in new revenue and not actually feel stressed to the point that you may potentially burn the F out, okay? So this is one of the biggest, this is probably the second most important obstacle that people face when it comes to growing a business. Because you can figure out how to get clients. This is the easiest thing, and this is what most people focus on. But most of the time, this is the second most important thing, okay? Now, what's even worse than these first two things is that your biggest obstacle or problem or pain or the thing that keeps you up at night, having literally trouble sleeping, is that it's probably the fact that you know a little bit too much, right? You've come to learn from so many mentors, right? And gurus from YouTube channels. Like you're subscribed to like 15 channels, right? From people helping you scale your business, right? You've gone through 5, 10 of the biggest courses online, right? When it comes to your industry, you listen to 1 or 3 podcasts every day or every week. You've read books like Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill, or Outwitting the Devil, or all these books around how to actually succeed, or read Hormozzi's book, $100 Million Offers. Or maybe you also listen to my content on YouTube or wherever, or maybe you've gone through our free program, right? And the sad thing is that it has left you confused and stuck in the same place for months. And I've seen people who get stuck at the same level for many years, right? Which is pretty bad. Some people call it analysis paralysis or paralysis by analysis. And this is the worst state to be in as an entrepreneur, like ever, right? One of the hardest, because I still go through this myself, right? I go through periods where I'm at like 50K and I want to get to 100K, and then I'm at 100K and I'm figuring out how to get to $250,000, and then from $250,000, how to get to $500,000, right? I get in a phase where I'm stuck. Like I know what I should do, but I'm not able to take any actions because I literally have so many paths that I could take, okay? And when you don't have clarity, guys, it's the most painful thing. Like I know most people complain that, oh, I'm broke or this and that, but trust me, the worst place to be at is to know that you actually have money and you actually are winning, but you can't get to that next level because you lack clarity, okay? Because this is the process where, you're over-analyzing and overthinking a situation, right? It could be an outreach message. It could be an offer. Maybe you want to launch a new offer. It could be a video sales letter that you're building. It could be a sales pitch, or it could be a sales presentation, a sales deck. It could be an acquisition strategy. You don't know if you should jump on TikTok. You don't know if you should leverage Facebook groups. You don't know if you should use Instagram. You don't know if you should be on Twitter. You don't know if you should be on emails. You don't know if you should, which thing you should focus on. Therefore, it can cause forward motion or decision making to become paralyzed, literally, okay? Now, the idea that I had was to potentially solve or remove this pain from your life for free in just 20 minutes, okay? Now, pay attention. Imagine this scenario, right? Maybe you're currently stuck between 5 to 10K a month or 15K a month, or maybe you're at 30K a month, right? We have customers who come to us and they're 30K, 50K a month, right? And 2 to 5 ways, right, that you can use to scale past 50K per month or add an extra 50K to your monthly revenue, right? But somehow you've been stuck in the same place for 6 months now, even though you have and know all the strategies that you need to actually scale, okay? You know what you need to do, but you've been stuck at the same place for 3, 6 months, even a year, right? You've probably also spent a few thousands on ads because you thought that was the way to go. You've probably spent over 5 figures in programs, right? From people who are promising you the moon and the earth and all, paradise on earth, right? And you've probably also spent maybe another 5 to 10K on appointment setting agencies, or maybe sales closers, or all the services out there that are sold to people wanting to scale, right? But nothing has amounted to actually seeing growth in your business, right? But before you go to bed, you check my story, right? If you were friends on Facebook or Instagram, and I share a screenshot of having a $32,000 day, right? With 0 ad spend, with 1 closer, with a growth team. And you wonder, how is this handsome black king doing these numbers when I know I'm better than him? You're like, what the fuck? What does he know that I don't know? What is he doing that I'm not doing? You know, he's not any special. He doesn't have a Ferrari. He doesn't have a Richard Mille. He doesn't have an AP. I don't have, a Rolex. I don't, I drive a Mercedes. It's cool. 63S, 500 horses. You know, some people look at it at times, when I'm driving, but nothing out of the, nothing out of the, nothing crazy status signaling, right? But the numbers show, we're doing pretty okay, right? Now let me let you in on a secret. I don't actually know more than you do. To be honest, you might know more about business than I do, which is pretty crazy, right? But actually true. It's just funny actually. But the only difference between me and others is that I look at building a business like building a house, a home, okay? Would a house be a house without a foundation? Would it be a home without a roof? Would it be a home without an electrical system or without a frame? It wouldn't, right? Now, why would you expect to make 50K, 100K, or even $500,000 every single month when you're missing one or many components of the infrastructure that create a 50K, 100K a month, or a $500,000 a month business, right? Because if we just switch the word business to home, well, if you don't have a roof, you can't reside in a it's not even a home anymore. We can't reside in a box without a roof, right? You can't live in a home without electricity, right? You can't live in a home without a foundation, right? That's the biggest mistake that you currently have. You don't have every single component that is required for you to achieve your goals, right? Now, let me get back to my great idea, right? My birthday is in July, right? And I want to give back to everyone who's, on this hard journey of business, right? One thing's for sure, a lot of people say business is easy, but it's hard, right? Every single day you're just getting after it, and it's never ending process, right? And the great idea that I had is I want to actually do something called the 20-minute client acquisition infrastructure audit, okay? What's the purpose of this 20-minute audit? Simply put, we want to allow you to spend 20 minutes with me or one of my advisors, okay, because I can't necessarily talk with everyone, where you'll get to share with us what you're currently doing to sustain and grow your business, okay? We want to know everything, right? I want to know your goals. I want to know how much outreach you're doing every day. I want to know what's your offer. I want to know what are the channels that you're using for outreach. I want to know the conversion rates on your outreach. I want to know the infrastructure when it comes to the team, right? Do you have a team? Are you doing everything yourself? Are you using paid advertising? How much money have you spent on there? Have you been able to sustain it? What is the issue? What are the courses? What are the programs that you've been in? How long have you been in the game, right? I want to have all the information that we need, okay? Once we have all the information that we need, we'd like to offer you something special, okay? We'll give you a roadmap, the client acquisition infrastructure that we would normally give to our customers, okay? We want to provide you with the clarity you need to scale your business. Nothing more, nothing less, okay? Because like I said, the biggest pain that an entrepreneur, or the biggest, the worst phase that you can be in is a lack of clarity, okay? And I personally, I've seen people get off a call with me or with my, my team, be like, whoa, this is exactly what I was missing to actually be able to succeed. And if you look at our growth from clientacquisition.io, you'll see that it has always been slow growth and then boom, spikes, and then slow growth and then boom, spikes. And these spikes only come from me getting clarity on what I need to focus on and cancel all the noise out, okay? And that's what we want to do with you. We want to give you the clarity on what you should focus on, and everything else you just delete out of your life, okay? What will you get access to in the 20-minute audit? Well, some of the stuff that we actually want to give, which I can't necessarily, because it's going to be personalized to each person's scenario. I'm just put a short list here, but we're going to personalize everything. So you might not even get everything here because you probably won't need it. But for those who would be curious to what we're going to be sharing, we're going to be sharing case studies of our clients. the most performing offers for our agency clients, as well as the high ticket consultants and coaches that we're working with. We're going to be sharing the best performing acquisition channels, the outbound messaging framework, the appointment setter sourcing and training process, back-end operation setup, the different back-end systems that we have, the personalized VSLs process, the audience building process, how we leverage YouTube to book like literally hundreds of meetings with B2B, niches like e-com or people selling, higher ticket, SaaS and all that good stuff. Okay. Now, when and how long will we conduct these audits, right? They will start on July 11th. Okay. So please go on your calendar. Okay. Open your calendar right now and then go to next week and then mark July 11th as the date that your life changes. Okay. And then you will, but the thing is, so we'll be doing these audits from July 11th to July 16th. Okay. You will have from Monday, July 4th till Friday, July 8th to go through the application process. If you don't apply or go through the application process to this audit between July 4th and 8th, you will not unfortunately be able to enter these audits. Okay, and the reason why we're limiting it is because we cannot help everyone, right? Like there is no way. Like I have like a few thousand people who follow me in my group, and on YouTube we have over 1,000 subscribers. So we have a lot of people who will want to join. But we cannot help 1,000. We cannot jump on 20 minutes with 1,000 people. It's impossible, right? So you better hurry when I make the post on Instagram, okay? Which leads me into what is the application process like, right? So what I want to do is I will be posting an Instagram post on Monday, okay? Around 12 p.m. Eastern, right? To participate and to access this 20-minute audit process, you'll need to share the post on your story, Facebook or IG. It doesn't matter where you're sharing it at, okay? Tag myself, so you'll tag my Instagram. It's at Serge Gatari. You need to tag our Instagram page, which is clientacquisition.io, on your stories too. And the reason why we're doing both platforms is because I cannot manage all. Like I can't manage all getting back to everyone. So we'll also be getting back to you guys on the clientacquisition.io Instagram. Once I receive your tag, I'll send you a private link to book in your 20-minute client acquisition infrastructure audit. Okay. The reason why we're doing it this way is because there will be a qualification process before you receive the link to book your call for the audit. Since, like I said, we cannot help 1,000 people in just 5 days. Okay. So we kind of like got to prioritize the ones who are really committed to this path, and those who may potentially already be, seeing good success, right? But who want to get to that next level, right? Now, this will be the only way to participate, and anyone who can't follow these steps will not be receiving the private booking link, which won't be available anywhere else, okay? So this is literally it. All you have to do is just Monday, 12 p.m., okay? Put it on a reminder. Do whatever you have to do, right? I'll put up a timer on my Instagram story. So if you're not yet following me there, go follow me, please. And then so you're up to date, okay? Now, guys, this is us selling our time to help you guys. Like we don't have to do this. We really don't. But the thing is, if I don't help you guys make more money, how can you guys do business with me? It's impossible, right? So I'm trying to get creative with ways to help more people at scale, because I know that the reciprocity bias says that you're more, you're going to lean towards helping the people who have helped you, right? So of course I'm not necessarily just doing it out of like free will. It's just because I know that it will inevitably lead back to helping us grow. Okay, the more people we help, the more people want to work with us. Okay, it's pretty simple. If you want someone to review your current infrastructure, it could be me, it could be Hassan, it could be we have an amazing team at clientacquisition.io. So I'll also be taking some calls, and I can't wait to meet with those that I'll be meeting with, and I can't wait to hear about your story. I can't wait to learn about what's keeping you from growing, because I would have loved someone to be there when I quit my job, when I was making 30K a year, instead of wasting 6 months, trying to spend, getting one VA and testing LinkedIn and spending another, 6 months, 9 months without really growing. I would have loved someone to just sit me down for 20 minutes to give me the path that I need to take to, essentially, instead of waiting 18 months to make, almost 200 grand a month, I would have loved making it in 6 months, right? It would have been pretty great. But anyway, thank you guys so much. All you have to do, you'll find the link to my Instagram bio below. Just follow me there and wait for my post on Monday. Bye-bye.